age-old question. How can I make my content sound well-researched even if it isn't? Well, as a freelance writer, you are going to be writing on a lot of topics that you don't necessarily know a lot about. And it's important for you to write content that stands out and that sounds authoritative. Content that makes you sound like you know what you're talking about. But half of the time, that is not true. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you 5 methods that you can use right now, that you can start using today from this very moment to make your content sound well researched, even if it isn't. But before we get into that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you can be notified when I upload new content. Right, so let's get straight into it. Method number 1, use Google Scholar. Now, what is Google Scholar? It's basically a search engine of properly published researches. When you search for something on Google Scholar, it doesn't bring out any random blog posts from the internet. It only shows properly published researches. And that is fantastic for you. Ideally, you would want to link out to at least one research, which means that you'll find a research on your topic and then you will link to it in the text of your article. Now, how can you do that? Basically, go to the link scholar.google.com. I leave all the links that I mentioned in this video down in the description. You can check them out and you can use them afterwards. Right, so go to Google Scholar and search for a broad keyword. Remember one thing, not everything has been properly researched on. And chances are that the very specific topic that you're writing on, there won't be a lot of researches on it, and there might not even be one. So try to search a broader term so that relevant researches are showing up instead of no research at all. So try using a broader keyword, maybe use your primary keyword, your secondary keyword, or just take a step back and think about what industry this is in, and then search for that. Now, linking out to researches is great in 2 methods. One, it helps the readers trust you. It helps the readers see you as an authority, and it helps the readers see that whatever you're saying, you're backing up with research. But on the other end, it's also great for SEO because Google sees that you are continuously linking out to very relevant, high quality researches, and that is going to help you rank higher in Google. Now, I haven't really made a video yet on how someone who really doesn't have a lot of experience in SEO, how can he or she optimize his content so that it ranks well on Google. If you want me to make a separate video on that, let me know in the comments and I'll make it. Alright, so method number 2, link to authority websites. Now, what are authority websites? These are basically .gov or .edu websites. They have the extension of .gov or .edu. Now, these websites are either owned or run by government institutions, which is .gov, or .edu means a website that is run by educational institutions like colleges or universities. Both these extensions aren't easy to get, and only proper educational institutions or government institutions can get this extension, which helps them stand out as an authority source. There probably would not be a better resource on any topic than a .gov or .edu website. So if you find such a website on Google talking about the same topic as you are, or talking about a relevant topic, you would want to link out to that. For example, I was recently writing a piece for international students about how they can study in Australia. And in order to write about the visa section, about how they can acquire a student visa, I was continuously linking out to a .gov website for Australia about immigration and about visa, etc. There is no better resource on that than the Australian government itself. So make sure you're linking out to such websites. But it's not necessary that only .edu or .gov websites would be considered authority. A lot of times there are .com or even .org websites that will definitely be considered as an authority source for the topic that you're writing on. For example, I was recently writing an article in the pet industry, and in particular I was writing an article on dogs. And the official National Registry for Dogs in the US is the AKC, the American Kennel Club. It does not have a .edu extension or a .gov extension, but it would still be considered an authority source simply because it is an authority. It is respected in the space, and whatever it says will be respected not only by readers but also by Google. A few other examples of authority websites could maybe be New York Magazine or the Huffington Post or any other website, WikiHow, Wikipedia, that is considered to be an authority in whichever topic they're writing about. They would be considered an authority website, and you should be linking out to them. Method number 3, use screenshots. I didn't really know about this method until recently, but since I've learned about it and I've started using it, it's been a fantastic credibility factor. And credibility is very, very important when you're writing on any topic. Now, you can't use screenshots in every type of write-up or in every industry, but wherever you can, they are going to be amazing for the quality of your work. For example, I was recently writing a review for a password manager app. And in order to show the readers that I had actually used the app, I was using screenshots continuously. But it's not just about showing them that I used it. It also enhances the whole feel of the content, and it also enhances the quality of the content, because I'm actually able to show them visibly how they can click on a particular button and where it would take them, how to conduct a particular task, what's good, what's bad. I can show all of that using screenshots. A real life example of someone who is using screenshots to perfection and is actually helping this content stand out of the sea of people writing on that industry is Brian Dean's blog, Backlinko. It is an authority in the SEO space, and whatever he says, people respect it, and people understand it, and people follow it. And he's using like 10 to 30 screenshots in each article. Alright, method number 4, quote professionals. Let's just agree to it. Not everything we write on is something we're qualified to talk about. And the new trend in publishing and even in SEO is for experts to talk about their topic. It's no longer about anyone who writes well can write about anything. It's more about how experts in a particular industry can polish their writing skills and write on a particular topic. And this has really started specifically from medical content and finance content. Google right now terms it as YMYL, which means your money, your life. So anything that concerns the reader's money or the reader's life is to be written by experts in the field. Now, why is it important, and how can Google control that? Well, Google is scanning pages through and seeing articles in the YMYL space and assessing whether the writer is actually qualified to be talking on the subject, and they are ranking articles based on that. That is the future. It has started. It hasn't been completely implemented yet, but it has started. So in the future, or at least Google's plan is this, that whenever someone who is not a doctor is writing medical content on the internet, it really doesn't matter. If he is a doctor, his article would rank better. If he isn't, his article won't. Now, where does that leave you? Well, you can use a doctor's quote in your article and it would have a similar effect or even the same effect as a doctor himself writing about it. You just explain the stuff that the doctor tells. You aren't giving any advice, any information yourself. You're using someone else's quote. And this is even more important when you're mentioning facts, when you're mentioning figures. Now there are a lot of sources that you can use for this. One of them, and my favorite, is Haro, H-A-R-O, which stands for Help a Reporter Out. You can basically go to their website and create your account, and then you can publish a request for professionals to send you an answer to a particular question or talk about a particular topic, and then you can pick and choose which one of those you will choose. Again, make sure that you are properly linking out to these people that you are using codes from. That is very important. Now, if you can't use Haro, because not everyone will be able to use it, you need to have a particular amount of search volume on your website or the website you're writing on to be able to qualify to make an account on that website. But in case that is impossible for you, there are a lot of other ways that you can go about it. You can go to Google, you can search on your topic, and you can see other articles written on it. And you will certainly find such articles. If you find such articles on the internet that are using a professional's code, you can use that code as well. But don't just copy paste it. That counts as plagiarism. That is not only unethical but illegal as well. You need to be using that code properly. Bring that code into your article, incorporate it over there, put it in speech bubbles, properly mention exactly who said that code, for example, doctor, whatever his name is, with his degree. And then link to the source where you found this code. Make sure you're doing this, because if you're not, as I said, it's not only unethical, but it's also illegal as well. Last but not the least, method number 5, use Statista. Statista is a website where, as you guessed it, stats are published. And they aren't just stats on major topics, they are stats on each and everything that you could imagine about. Again, just like using Google Scholar, make sure you're trying to search a broader term so that you find more searches and more results on what you're trying to research about. Don't go very specific, because chances are that the very specific topic you're trying to search, not a lot of stats are available for that, and it might even be that no stat is available for that. So you can use that website. They have a free platform and then they have a paid one as well. The free one works pretty well, but if you want to upgrade to a paid one, that is okay too. Again, make sure you are properly linking out to sources, you are using all ethical methods to use these stats. Right guys, so that was my video on how you can make your content stand out by making it sound properly researched. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you can be notified when I upload new content. Till next time, this is Khalil, signing off.